Hello everyone, welcome back. As in the previous class, we have started the complex permanent tissue and also we have completed its first part, which was the xylem. So today in this class, we will be discussing the another component of the complex permanent tissue, which is the phloem. So dear students, phloem, it arises from a Greek word and that word is flows. Flows or flows. It is a Greek word which means bark, inside the bark, which means inside the bark. So phloem is a conducting tissue, or you can say it is a type of the complex permanent tissue which is present inside the bark. Okay, and if we talk about the characteristics of the phloem, then as we have discussed that xylem is a conducting tissue that helps in the movement of water and mineral. Okay, but the phloem tissue, it is the another conducting tissue that helps in the, so phloem helps in the transport of, phloem helps in the transport of food particles. Okay, and also we have discussed that movement of water and mineral by the xylem is the unidirectional, means it occur in the one direction, while here material movement is bidirectional. Material movement is here the bidirectional. How students the bidirectional? Because if you talk about the structure of a plant, so this is the stem and these are the roots which are present into the soil, and also these are the leaves. So these are the leaves, and the another one, these are the fruit or the flower portion. So you know that in the first unit I told you that leaf is called the kitchen of the cell. So where is the food prepared? So site for the synthesis of food in the plant is the leaf. So what happened? From the leaf the food will transport to the root and also to the upper parts. That's why we say that here by phloem helps in the bidirectional movement. Am I clear? So these are the important characteristics of the phloem. Now let us talk about the components of the phloem. Components of phloem. So students, if we talk about the components, as like the xylem, also phloem have 4 components. So phloem also have 4 components, and what are these components? First is the sieve tubes. Okay, second one is the companion cell. Companion cells. Okay, and the third one is the phloem parenchyma. And the fourth component, if we talk about, that is phloem fiber. So these are the main 4 components of the phloem. One is the sieve tube, second is the companion cells, and phloem parenchyma, the third component, and the fourth component is here, the phloem fibers. Okay, so what are the sieve tubes? Sieve tubes, dear, these are the cylindrical structures. So these are the cylindrical structures. Okay, these are cylindrical structures having perforated cell walls. So next is having perforated. This is here the cylindrical perforated cell walls. Okay, and their function is they help in these are the main conducting tissue. So why this is the conducting tissue? Conducting tissue for the food. Okay, so as here I am saying that sieve tube are the cylindrical structure. In this way, these are the cylindrical structures and their end walls, these are perforated. So perforated means having pore. So these are the cell walls, so they bear pores in this way. So that's why we here say that sieve tube, they are having pore at their end walls. Am I clear? And the function of the sieve tube is the main conducting tissue for the food, and from where the food is transferred, from the leaf to the other plant part. Okay, next is the companion cell. So companion cell, these are also elongated cells having nucleus, and these are associated with the sieve tube. ये क्या करते हैं? They are attached with the companion cell. I will draw the diagram, and that diagram will help you a lot about to understand the concept of the component of the phloem. So elongated cells having nucleus, and they are associated with the companion cells. Okay, so if they are associated with the companion cells, then their function will be same as that of the sieve tube, and both of these, they are called the, this is the main feature, sieve tube and companion cell, they are called the sister cells. Why sister cells? Because their parent is same, and from the single parent, so this is the parent cell, and from the single parent cell, the two of these components arises. And what are these two components? One is the sieve tube, which is perforated and cylindrical, and companion cell. In this way, these are elongated cell having their own nucleus. Also sieve tube bear nucleus, so that's why sieve tube and companion cell both are the living component of phloem. Next is the phloem parenchyma. So as like xylem parenchyma, phloem parenchyma, these are also the spherical cells, okay, or oval shaped cell, spherical or oval shaped, okay, having nucleus, and their main function is they helps in the storage of food, So this is all about the phloem. parenchyma, let us talk about the phloem fiber. So phloem parenchyma, as it also bear the nucleus, so this is also the living part of the phloem. Okay, next is the phloem fiber. So fiber as it is the part of the sclerenchyma tissue, so phloem fiber, these are the dead component of phloem. Okay, and their function is to provide support to the tissue. And if we talk about the commercial scale, at the large scale, they are used to make jute and hemp or flax. Okay, so this is all about the components. And if we talk about the structure, so now let us start to draw the structure which will represent all maximum component of the phloem. So as I told you, so your next heading is the structure. Structure of the phloem. So as I told you that first component is the sieve tube and it is cylindrical. Okay, so this is the sieve tube part and it is perforated at the end. Perforated, as I told you, means it have pores at their end walls. In this way, this is perforated. So simply you can make it. It is easy to draw the diagram. Okay, so next is, this is the sieve tube. Along with the sieve tube are associated the companion cells. So these are the companion cells, and along with it are present the phloem parenchyma cell. Okay, so now let us draw, as these are thin walled cell, so in this way it is easy to draw the diagram of the components of phloem. Okay, so these are sieve tubes, okay, and these are the companion cells having their nucleus, and also the phloem parenchyma, it also contain the nucleus. Okay, so here these are again, this is the structure. Okay, so this is the diagram which is representing the maximum components of the phloem. So let's label it. So as this is the first part, so if we label it, then this portion, this is called the sieve plate, this one is the sieve plate, and these are the, I think so I should label it with the colored marker, because I have drawn complete diagram with the black marker, so it will be easier for you to identify all the following components. Okay, so now let us start to label it. So this portion is this one is the sieve tubes, sieve tube, and this part is called the companion cell. This one is the companion cell, and this portion it is called the phloem parenchyma. This one is called the phloem parenchyma, and this one is the nucleus. Okay, so this diagram it is representing the components of the phloem. Okay, so hope this is the easy diagram which will help you a lot to understand about the concept of the phloem. And if we talk about the functions of the phloem, then the main function of the phloem is to transport food. Okay, transport food. So this was all about the concept of the today's concept, which is phloem. Let's take a recap. We have discussed about the phloem as it is derived from a Greek word phlos, which means inside the bark. Then we have discussed the characteristics, which is it helps in the transport of food and is movement is the bidirectional. From here, as I told you, the meaning of the bidirectional, then the components of the phloem, sieve tube, these are the cylindrical structures. This is the complete cross section of the phloem. So they are perforated, means their cell wall have pore for the exchange of the material. These are the main conducting tissue that helps in the transport of food from leaves to the another plant part. Next is the companion cell. These are the elongated cell having their own nucleus, and both of them they are associated with each other and also called the sister cells. Then next is the phloem parenchyma. It is like the parenchymatous cell, so they are with the nucleus and helps in the storage of the food. So first three component, these are the living component of the phloem, and the last one is the phloem fiber, which is the dead component of the cell and helps in the conduction, or helps to provide the strength and support, and at the commercial scale it is used to make jute and hemp. So again, with this, thanks to all.